So the man has a six pack. Like I mean, I would have been happy with fitness. Right?
She said had, like I lost it. Let me show y'all something.
Sit down, boy.
What's happening, everybody? I'm King.
I'm Angela.
And we're here to talk about, are your standards too high?
I asked myself this question so many times when I was dating, like, are my standards just too high?
I asked myself the same thing, and I just feel like I don't know, for some reason been around or attracted low quality people.
I wrestled with that question, like, why am I attracting these kind of people? And the answer I got is everyone is going to be attracted to you, but the question is, why am I entertaining those quality people? Because it was like, yeah, everyone's going to be attracted to you, high and low quality. One lady was like, my only standard is that he drinks water.
Another guy said, you should only have 5 standards when you get over 40.
Yeah. So we want to address this because, like, we struggled with this, and we're sure we're talking about writing this list and, like, writing out everything that you want in this person and then everything that you no longer tolerate. So how do you know if you're asking for too much? Right.
This can also be a part of you really will go through a vetting process with this, and we just recently did a video on vetting. This is putting yourself in the place to vet, are your standards too high or not?
I would say that you need to go through the list that you made of everything you would love to experience in a partner and the qualities you want about them. And then you need to read that list and look in the mirror at yourself. Are you mostly that list? If you're asking for someone who's in shape, are you in shape?
Chances are they're not.
If you're asking for someone who's generous, are you generous? Are you asking for someone who's kind? Whatever things are on that list, like, if you look back at yourself, can you mirror that?
I want somebody that's paid.
Paid? What does that mean?
Rich, wealthy, can take care of you, well off financially.
Okay.
That's what a lot of people are looking for, but
so you gotta look at yourself. Can I take care of myself?
Yeah.
If you want someone that likes you, do you like yourself? Do you even like yourself? You can't. So it's like you have to ask yourself. You can't ask for things that you can't already, like,
provide
in yourself.
Yeah.
That's how you can vet your list to know if it's too high.
Yeah, that's real.
So do you have to lower your standards?
No.
What do you do?
I mean, I think here's what I'm gonna say. Les Brown taught me this. He said, if a person can't bring you up, for God's sakes, don't let them bring you down. Right? What do? You realize that everybody's not your person. I don't think you have to lower your standards. You take those standards that you have and you hold fast to those standards. There is no good reason why you should have to lower your standards for someone less deserving.
And you should be prepared to raise your standards for yourself. Don't lower what you want for another person, but raise them for yourself. If you can't meet 80% of that list yourself, then don't stop wanting that kind of person. That's great that you want a person that has all these amazing qualities. Look at yourself and say, am I the kind of person that they would be attracted to? And what are the areas that I can grow and improve in? How can I add value to myself? How can I raise the quality of who I am?
Man, I was in the kitchen, like, cooking stuff, and I was cooking as if I was cooking for, like, this beautiful woman showing up for dinner, and I could just, like, knock her socks off when she tastes my food and ate one of my meals. And I'm thinking to myself, what woman, who wouldn't want this? And then I'm get out there busting my behind on my workouts, like, God dang, like, somebody's gonna appreciate this body one day. Or the travel that I do, I'm saving up all of my points, go like, man, I'm gonna meet the right woman and I'm gonna blow all of these points. Just me and her going places. So those are some things. I think exercising the patience and being able to look yourself in the mirror, as she said, and to know that there is no finish line. Even though I have this list and I feel like I can mirror that list, I can become better on that list. And there are some things that I can continue to work on to become a better version of myself. And meanwhile, while I'm working, here's how I see it. I am here and I'm working on myself. And the more I work on myself, right, somebody else is sliding right up this thing right here. And as I am working on myself and I get here, guess what? That person's gonna put their head over and mwah, it's gonna be beautiful, right? Continue working on yourself. When it comes to working on yourself and knowing the list that you have, I think sometimes we can get into the place where we are highly or a bit discouraged, right? Do you wanna share the discouragement that you had until someone spoke into your life?
Yes, I actually reached out to this dating coach. His name is Pharaoh Kyle. He's a great guy.
He's a good dude. Yeah. He's a good dude. Yeah.
And we had a session. It was virtual, and I was telling him, like, I just don't know if I'm expecting too much. And he could, like, read me right away. And he said, like, You want someone who is spiritually aligned with you, because I'm a spiritual person, and he said, and who also can meet your physical/fitness standards, because fitness is a huge part of my life. And I was thinking, like, most of the guys I had dated or met who were also physically fit just were not there mentally or spiritually. Like, they put all of their eggs in that one basket.
The outer shell, the outer shell.
Right. So they could keep up, like, on the fitness level, but then just weren't spiritually in touch or just
emotionally available.
Yeah, emotionally available. And I was thinking at that point, this was about a month or two before I met him, that I was just gonna have to compromise on that standard, even, and just accept a guy who had, like,
nice, cuddly,
an average body, or a dad body, a squishy. Not there's anything wrong with that, but for me, since it's just such a huge part of my lifestyle, my life, it just made me kind of sad. And Pharaoh Kyle spoke right into me, and he was like, you want somebody who both can, in the physical realm, can be who you want and also can be spiritually, emotionally in tune with you, and you can have both.
And intellectually.
Yeah, and he just, like, spoke some hope. And I remember I was crying because I really thought I might have to give up on that. And that was shortly before I met King.
I said, not yet. You ain't giving up yet.
Oh, and funny story. So we had dated, we were long distance, and so we had done, like, we put in over 20 hours of virtual conversations, but it's from the head up. So, like, I could tell in some of his Instagram pictures that he, had a nice frame.
Decent.
But when I first saw him without a shirt, good Lord! There's a Bible verse that says, God will give you immeasurably more than all you ask and imagine. So the man has a six-pack. Like, I mean, I would have been happy with fitness. Right?
She said had, like I lost it. Let me show y'all something.
Sit down, boy. You for sure not.
We also, jokingly, but it's real, we say that the Lord will restore, it has restored everything that the locust stole.
As far as standards, be willing to match what you're asking for. Make sure you're on the same level of what you're asking for. Vet your list and look at yourself in the mirror and say, is this the kind of person that would be attracted to me? And if not, it's an excellent way to move into an area of personal development, self-growth. I know King and I both did a lot of work on ourselves before we met each other.
And still work.
Yeah.
We will say that we definitely understand what it's like to be discouraged in your list. And for those of you that say you have to lessen your list or shorten your list as you progress through life, I don't think that's the case. I think you have to be realistic. That's what it is. Like, you definitely can't have, like, these 20 attributes that you're looking for in a person and you only possess, like, 5 of them. That's putting yourself in a category of something like unattainable, in my opinion. I also think that at different ages, people require different things.
Right.
I like to use this analogy that when people are in their 20s, they like to, go out, have fun, do whatever. Then when they get to the late 20s, early 30s, they want to settle down. They want somebody that's, 6-pack, 6'5", 250.
Right.
And then when they get to late 30s, they kind of want some kids. So, like, they'll do it to pot belly. It's fine. When you get to 40s, you're like, okay, well, I just want somebody that's stable, got a good career, medical plan. Then when you get to 50, you just want somebody that's kind and nice. And when you're 60, you want somebody that's saved and love the Lord at the end.
We had a guy, speaking of different values at different ages or, like, different standards, we had a guy comment that he should get somebody who was younger and in their prime. And King responded to that, like, at his age and at our age and for what we want to do in life and for our list, like, we got exactly what we wanted.
Yeah.
And it's different, like, maybe if you're 30, you want some girl, and maybe prime to one person is different than what prime is to another person.
And what I said to him is that we have 2 different value systems. Because from my experience of being around people that are much younger, they want you to teach them. Man, I got kids. I ain't trying to teach no grown adult. So that is what we want to share with you. Standards. You do not have to lower them. You should be realistic about them. Work on yourself in the meantime while you're finding your partner, and be encouraged.
Don't lower your standards, but raise yourself. Raise your standards for yourself to attract that person into you.
Absolutely.
So until next video, keep healing, keep loving.
And hold that hope, baby.